Okay. Whoa.
Smooth. Alrighty, so this is what?
Derps
today?
14. Derps
14.
It's easier to keep track when we're actually putting them out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're having another artsy shot day.
Yeah, same angle, a little bit further back, I think. I don't know, but
Definitely a little bit.
Gives it a different perspective. You can see a corner of a poster here. That's all you get. The little tease. Anyways, yeah. So it's the Pink Shirt Day.
The
today.
Anti-Bullying Day.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a worldwide thing or North America or
just Canada.
Just Canada
just
or whatever.
BC. No, it's definitely at least Canada.
I think it's in the States too. I don't know if it's on a different day, but basically you wear pink, which we're not.
Neither of us own any pink.
I'm sorry, it's in the bro code. No pink. Bros don't wear pink, not even in Europe. It's true. That's exactly what the article says. But yeah, we don't have pink, but you wear pink, and you show that you stand up against bullies. Just because we're not wearing pink doesn't mean that we're not standing up against bullies.
It means we are the bullies.
I'm trying to make us sound better than...
We stand up to bullies, that's what matters. We don't like... Bullies are bad.
Bullies are bad. But it gets better, kids.
Yeah. Just tough it out.
Yeah.
Because one day you'll grow to be bigger and stronger than those bullies.
Or you'll grow up to be bigger, and maybe not bigger, but richer than those bullies, and those bullies will be like owning their dad's mechanic shop, and you'll come in to get your car fixed one day, and then they'll be like, oh, don't you wish things were like the way they used to be back in high school? And you'll be like, nah, I got a sick job now. Married, make a lot of money, and they'll be like, oh, okay, I'll just...
And you're fixing my car.
Yeah, and you're the one fixing my car, the one that called me an asshole and a douche all the time.
Yeah,
He's the one that's doing the dirty work. So, yeah.
And then you get to call him a cupcake, because that's funny.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but speaking of bullying, yesterday I read this article on CBC about this...
I just noticed yesterday editing, you take like 5 hours to get into something.
Okay, sorry. In New Brunswick, there was this 13-year-old kid was reffing a hockey game, and he was being like verbally abused by one of the coaches, one of the moms, and one of the kids. So he's 13 years old, and he tossed all of them. And so of course, like they had to call
them out of the game.
Yeah, kicked them out. So they had to call in the cops to like protect him and the other referees.
Didn't actually physically toss them.
My story.
Continue.
So they had to call the cops to protect the refs as they were leaving and stuff like that. But now there's like possible criminal charges and stuff. But I just wanted to give a shout out to that kid. Like, you're 13 years old, you didn't put up with that, and you kicked him out. So you stood up to bullying, like adults bullying kids in a house league hockey game. He was reffing 11 and 12-year-olds. So to you, kid, I say props. Way to go.
In rap today, there was a video. Did you see the video?
No, because my rap's in the gym. We don't have a TV in the gym.
You've probably seen this video. It's like 40 million views. It's about this kid who he's crying and his headphones in. He's holding up cue cards. About
oh yeah, apparently that's fake.
Yeah, I know. Anyways, whether it is or not, it still presents a message. But we were discussing it after the video, and I always sound like an asshole in rap because everyone just says the cliche things like, oh, it has a strong message, and they're just like, bullying's bad. Well, derp a herp. I'm always like, well, you know, maybe he should take things a little bit more with a grain of salt, because it sounded like he just gets verbally abused, and he just calls things. And when you let that get to you, when you actually let what people say to you affect how you think and feel, that's when, like, it's the, like, as soon as you let that actually in, is when you start feeling like shit. So and you just ignore it, just go whatever, just maybe laugh it off even though you can or you don't really want to, just put on some acting chops and pretend like it doesn't even bother you, and then you know what? People just give up because you're not
because
reacting.
It's not affecting you.
Yeah, when people bully, they want to get a reaction. When they like,
or like if let's say he called me a dumbass or something, and I was like a really little kid, just so.
Yeah, then the bullies back then
honestly
just be like,
honestly, it's the best response to somebody verbally abusing you is you just go so.
Because then they don't know what to do because you're not offended.
There is no comeback to that.
Unless they physically punch you in the face, in which case is a bigger deal and you can get them freaking suspended or whatever.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
If you're being physically abused, that's when you go and like tell principals and teachers and stuff.
That's different, that's serious, and that's harder to get to. But verbal abuse, just take it with a grain of salt. Have like immense, what I said in rap today, you gotta have strong foresight.
Willpower.
Yeah, strong willpower and foresight, just to see that it gets better. It's just middle school or high school.
Yeah. I don't know about you.
assholes.
I got bullied in elementary school. I'm not gonna deny it. But you know what?
I never really got bullied, but in middle school I got teased a bit. You know, like you always get teased.
Well,
a bit.
yeah. I guess it was more teasing than bullying. It's just at that age, I hadn't really realized the whole take it with a grain of salt thing until I got to middle school, and then I was just like, meh.
But in this
and high school now, I'm just like, you're hilarious. I see what you did there.
In the supposed video, which it may or may not be fake, or it is fake, or whatever, he holds up one cue card that says I started to cut myself when I was in grade 2. Like, I usually don't have sympathy for people that want to commit suicide or whatever, because they're so, like, I find lots of times they're self-involved and they think this is it, this is all it is. No, it gets way better. Just, you gotta look past it. Whatever you think is the biggest deal now is not gonna matter. I don't know, in grade 2, it just seems stupid to cut yourself. I wasn't even allowed to touch knives in grade 2.
Well, I mean, I was, like, I helped my parents make dinner and stuff,
yeah,
so I used
whatever.
it. But I, honestly, I didn't even understand the human body enough to really think that knife would do anything.
No, people understand
okay.
That would be suicide. That's
but
the next level.
That's the point. Is I didn't understand that. Like I'm like knife cut stuff, but I didn't understand the human anatomy enough to.
When I heard, I think maybe in grade 6, when I learned that people would actually cut themselves, it was the weirdest thing ever to me because I thought that hurts. Why would people want to hurt themselves? I just didn't get it.
Okay, so what were you saying?
Sorry, ran out of space, had to delete some stuff. We're back. But we were talking about how
cutting yourself
in grade 2, how I didn't understand the concept till at least like the end of or middle of middle school or something because it was just so.
When you're that young, you're like, I cut myself. It hurts. Why do?
Yeah, you cry when you bump your knee on the playground. How could you?
You cry for a bloody paper cut, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, like. I don't know. We're kind of just, but
maybe we're just really naive and I don't know.
I don't think any of us have ever gone through severe bullying, so we're not exactly talking from experience.
None of our friends have really experienced anything like that.
If you're on the internet, you may know Philip DeFranco. On his show, he often I'm going to dismiss this just for a couple minutes.
It.
On his show. Oh yeah, wait, I dismiss it. We'll just wrap it up a bit. But on Philip DeFranco's show. He often talks about when there are stories of kids getting bullied or whatever, he talks about how he had such a shitty childhood, how he was like fat and tubby and would get like rolled down hills and stuff and called names and picked on in the halls and stuff. But he talked about how that made him such a better like adult, how it makes him a better person.
And looking back on it now, he can laugh at it. Like he's able to make fun of himself on the internet. He's able to say that I was a fat ass and people would roll me down a hill.
Yeah, and he's totally okay with it. If you own up to it now, like, it's even better.
Be okay with who you are.
Yeah.
Wow, we're turning into a PSA
we
here.
Are. Anywho, I think we basically just said bullying's bad.
So don't do it.
Bullying ends.
If you need to bully somebody to make yourself feel better, don't. Yeah. Because that just makes you an asshole.
Lots of people say that bullying comes from people from broken homes. That is true, but also sometimes bullies are just assholes. They're just assholes.
So don't be an asshole.
Yeah. If you take anything away from this video, it's don't be an asshole.
Yeah. Assholes are bad.
Assholes are bad.
They are holes in your ass in which shit comes out of. So don't be one of those.
Assholes talk out of their ass and, yeah, only shit comes out. Basically. Okay, well that's about it.
Okay.
We're done. Bye.
Goodbye.